What up, stackers? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm the Philly Stacker, and I take 20% of all I make, pay myself first, and invest it. It is another week again, and I'll be showing off my weekly pickups. If you recognize that intro, that comes from Joseph's Reserves, Rare Coins, and Precious Metals. I really enjoy watching his channel. Everyone go check him out. Joseph's Reserves, in his description, says he saves 20% of his income, just like Joseph from the Bible saved 20% of the grain. And he takes that and puts it into coins and precious metals. Once I heard that he saved 20% of his income, I was like, he's speaking my language. I base my investment style on The Richest Man in Babylon, where it says save 10% of all you make, pay yourself first. And my goal is to get to 30%, a 30-70% ratio, and then invest 30% of all I make. But working on that. So during the weekly and daily grind, I get inspiration from Joseph's channel. It's kind of like a militant stacker, takes his precious metals serious. And I enjoy his channel, so everyone check him out. Well, I woke up bullish today. From the White House, we have Project Vault. Donald Trump signed an executive order for Project Vault, which is meant to stockpile rare earth minerals. After the crash, I've been doing damage report and going through listening to the people that I trust. Martin Armstrong is one of the people, when he speaks, I listen to, and he just put up this post today. This is still a perfect storm in the sense that we have shortages in metals, lack of refining capability. We have a sovereign debt crisis going on around the world, and then you have war. I'm very bullish on the metals, especially long term. In his post, he mentioned lack of refining capability, and as I've been researching, China has like at least 65% of the refining capability, not more, for rare earths, precious metals. We just got news that along with JP Morgan, the U.S. Defense Department, that we're building a new smelter. I believe it's in Tennessee. We're going to build it to help process rare earth. We see the actions that America's taking, kind of like kicking out or blocking China from South American countries. Brazil holds a lot of rare earths. Here, I have a chart here I'll throw up. Looks like the BRICS countries are in control of the rare earths. They got the refining capability, and I kind of see what Trump's, trying to do, trying to bring, a lot of that back to America. So I'm not sure how that'll work out, but keeping an eye on everything that's going on. The silver deficit is real, and countries are trying to position themselves with rare earths. And we already have the Ukraine war. Looks like more war on the horizon. So very bullish on the metals long term. Short term, I'm very hesitant. I'm treading safely. My last video I put out that, be careful. This could be a trap. I showed my psychology chart I kind of follow, and we're right here, and this could be a bear trap or a dead cat bounce. So I'm treading lightly, trying to not get caught up. So I'm stacking. I reduced my capital that I put in the silver at the moment. I'd feel more comfortable buying $130 silver than I would buying silver right now, but I continue to stack like a snail. I got my weekly quarter, my weekly dime, What I'm really looking for is to see if we get to a new high. I think our high is 117, intraday 120, and if we can get above 117, 120 and hold there for a little while, well, that chart is obsolete and throwing it away. That would mean the trend is intact and we're going up. But if we hit around 106 and traders think it's their last chance and run for the exit, and we begin to dip, the trend is down. As you know or don't know, I'm a degenerate Gen Xer coming out of addiction, trying to crawl his way out of poverty. I'm a hundredaire trying to be a thousandaire. The reason I say hundredaire is like I don't have very little in wealth, but what little I do have is growing. I invest in seeds of 100. One day I would love to invest in seeds of 1,000, plant $1,000 seeds. But as of today, I just plant, $100 seeds. Just really thankful at the moment for where I'm at. I've been taking, with the rise in silver, I've been having to rebalance my portfolio. It's amazing that I even have a portfolio. But I started out in crypto. That's where I got my education, my tuition from. I moved into precious metals. Since then, I've expanded into, I've started putting money in my 401k. I got company stock. So I'm just getting my feet wet in the stock market. I have the company stock. They, give 15% up to a certain percent. I think it's a solid stock going through, if we have any type of recession or anything. I think it's recession proof, and it's today it just kind of exploded. So it's nice seeing green candles in one of your investments. Bitcoin's down, looks like it may go a little bit lower. So yeah, now I also have a cash position. So, it's not all my eggs are in one basket. I'm doing well, looking over like some of the moves that, I've done. One of the moves I liked so far was, I went to see, I traded some silver for this 2021 reverse proof, Eagle set. So I traded 3 ounces a little while back for these, and I wanted some nice silver, and I was able to get these at a good price. And the reasoning behind it was I thought that they would hold their value if we did take a dip. And I took a look at eBay today to see how well they were doing, and they're still selling well. Before the dip, they were selling like hotcakes, and so they may have lost some intrinsic value. It was crazy that they were already in the black, but they may have lost some intrinsic value, but they kept their collector value. So that was something I was watching, seeing how that went. And I also targeted some of premium silver. A lot of this I picked up around $50. This was my last purchase, my highest purchased. I got these for $70 each, and I was trying to get some intrinsic value, but also some collector value. It's been working out so far, but yeah, my last big purchase was around $70. Right now I'm concentrating on quarters. I get a quarter each week, get a dime each week. So yeah, I was just thinking back, I've been real blessed in my silver journey. I started about 3 years ago. Silver was like $22 an ounce and stayed there for a while. And so I was very lucky in my silver journey. Silver has basically just gone up since I started buying. This is the first, real correction I've come across in like 3 years. I know there's a lot of old timers out there. Some of them bought the top at 2011, and they've had a rough journey to this point. But I just count my blessings so far for what I've been able to do. So at this point with silver, I feel like that I'm starting over, and I'm approaching it like I'm a new stacker, just coming in for the first time. So I'm just getting my feet wet, dollar cost averaging in, and that's why I pick up 1/4 and 1 dime each week. It's amazing. I've been looking, over my portfolio, like my stock. I just every paycheck I just invest a small amount, $25, and that has just grown to be $1,000 in that account now. So small amounts add up. The inch is easy, the yard is hard. All right, so I picked up this week, I got the Alaska State Quarter. I really like this. Has the bear, I like bears. Has the salmon in his mouth, water and trees in the background. And so nowadays I'm constitutionals, unloved, unwanted. I'm finding these at a good price. At the time I bought this, it was under melt. Right now, it's not so good. So I bought a bunch, kind of like in the beginning of January. I understand now, because I just started buying on eBay. I used to just buy at a local coin shop, but people would be like, "Hey, what's this envelope? Oh, I forgot I even ordered this. What is this? Oh, wow, look at this." And they always wondered, how could you not know what you got? But now I'm starting to understand, since getting eBay. I ordered this a little while ago, and it was slow getting here. So also picked up a dime. This was a 1918D. In my collection, I didn't have much of the dates that are in the teens, and this was in fairly good condition. And I don't think I have that many with mint marks either. This is I don't know if you can see it down there, but it has a half a D mark down there. And I'll share what I picked this up for. And remember, this was, pick up like 2 weeks ago, and silver was still high. So we'll see how we did on coinflation, or how we're doing on coinflation at the moment. So latest pickup. And I'll try and continue to pick these state quarters up as long as they're reasonable and affordable, trying to get them under melt. And so when I say I feel like I'm starting over, when I first began stacking, you were always underwater for a little while. It's not like the recent few 6 months where whatever you buy, by the time you get home, it's already went up in price. But by the time you order it on eBay and you get the mail, you know, it's already went up in price. So I understand that's an anomaly. It's not the way it usually goes down, so that's why I'm very, you know, thankful, counting my blessings. But you know, right now, you know, the recent silver that I purchased is a little underwater, and it just reminds me of those, you know, first beginning days, and that I'm blessed to be where I'm at now, where, you know, I feel like I'm in a good position. I have a stack where, you know, if we get down, I'm good. I still got a nice bag of silver, so if we go up, that'd be awesome. I feel like I'm at a point, like my deep stack, like if we were to go down, you know, I'm thinking a floor somewhere around $50, and so, you know, I'm already above that, like, first level. Even if it takes a drastic drop, I'm still at, like, the break-even point. You know, if there was an emergency, you know, I really wouldn't be losing anything selling. So I feel like I'm in a really good position, really thankful that I got in silver when I did. And, you know, I just see this as a new market, and I feel like I'm just starting over, you know, buying, being underwater now, and it's just getting a little bit more serious. So yeah, when I first started stacking, like, say this was the floor, you know, I started here. If you fall, it's not a big deal, but with silver all the way up, you know, the fall is much harder, does a lot more damage. So when I first started, you know, I was kind of, you know, walking a tightrope, you know, 1 foot off the ground. Now, you know, it's we're 50 feet high, and so I'm just being a little careful. This is getting a little long, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining me today. And this is the Philly Stacker, and I'm out.